What's going on, everyone? We were bamboozled, tricked. The Scream 7 trailer did not get premiered at the VMAs. A lot of rumors, a lot of speculation going around that the Scream 7 trailer would be premiered. It made some sense, right? You know, you got a Paramount production. It's going to be on basic cable, CBS. You're going to have more eyeballs and viewers than you usually would. You have this big kind of premiere and like surprise, and maybe have like some cool display with like GHOSTFACE taking over the VMAs or something, kind of play into the whole kind of shtick of AI and deep fakes and stuff like that. And I do think it was an opportunity, but this is a great example of what I always talk about, right? Take all this stuff with a grain of salt. Made a video about it. Even in that video, I talked about how, don't get your hopes too high, right? If you go in with the expectations, you're probably going to be let down more often than not. If it happens, great. It was a heavy rumor. Wanted to talk about it just in case it did happen. But like I always try to make clear, you don't assume, right? Don't just go off of what, people are saying on the internet. Even some credible people, look, people are wrong. Get wrong information. It happens. But we didn't even see, I didn't see Drew Barrymore at all. And she was confirmed as a presenter. She was confirmed to be presenting. We didn't have a time or appearance or anything like that, but she was supposed to be one of the presenters in this, which is why that was confirmed. That we actually had confirmation on. So that's where that rumor kind of started. Right? Drew Barrymore, she's going to be a presenter, right? So, hey, maybe she presents the Scream 7 trailer or has a little teaser, and it would have been a nice little callback and all that, which I do think in a lot of ways this, like I mentioned, is a bit of a blown opportunity, but I didn't even see her at all. She was supposed to host a couple years ago, and ended up backing out during the writer strike and everything like that. I think that was the thing she got backlash for, if I'm not mistaken, and whatnot. And then her like doing the show and stuff, it just like was like a whole thing, I remember. And then she ended up pulling out, and I think she had like an apology video or whatever. Could be a little wrong on the details a couple years ago, but nonetheless, we didn't get anything. We didn't get any information. We didn't get any new updates or anything in that regard for the upcoming Scream 7, unfortunately. But we'll see what if it even comes out this month. There's still a lot of rumors, speculation that the upcoming Scream 7 trailer will be out this month, which, if you kind of look, I've seen all the people kind of break down the timelines for when they started promoting and marketing the other Scream films. And I mean, it would kind of make sense. We already got like the Reese's little teaser, the little commercial, and the candy product and stuff. So I wouldn't be shocked if it comes out, maybe more towards the end of the month. But again, it's one of those things. Don't get your hopes up. I imagine within the next month, 2 months, maybe by October at the latest, mid-October, maybe November, I think at the latest, is when we'll probably see it. There was the whole Conjuring. Oh, it's going to be attached to the Conjuring. And then Conjuring came out. No. You know what this feels like to me? This feels like when for Scream 5, remember when they were doing the blood drops? And then everyone realized that it was a countdown. Like they started with like 9 or whatever, and then it kind of count down. And then everyone was like, oh, it's the countdown to the trailer. And then it turns out that it wasn't. It was just to the official poster, right? That's kind of what it feels like. And there was all this rumor and speculation of what it could have been, and that's kind of what this felt like. Drew Barrymore, she's a presenter, right? Everyone's kind of thinking like, oh, this is what it's going to be, X, Y, and Z. And then we get nothing. I mean, Drew Barrymore wasn't even there, right? I mean, I don't know if she was actually at the VMAs, but I didn't see her at all. Like I said, I mean, I went to the bathroom a couple times and, grabbed something to eat and, got up a few times. So it's possible that maybe she was there when I just didn't notice, but I didn't see her at all. I don't see, I got a bunch of texts and comments and all kinds of stuff that, that they didn't see her either. So I'm assuming that she wasn't there at all. Like I said, maybe I missed it in the, 5 minutes I went to, make me something to eat or something. But the reality is that the trailer didn't happen. So even if Drew Barrymore was there, we didn't get a trailer, so it doesn't matter. Hopefully, they at least ramp up the marketing a little bit. I talked about, like, I don't think that they have to go as hard as they did in Scream 5 or the marketing for Scream 5, but I do think that they need to do more than what they did in Scream 6, just because this is in many ways, kind of this new installment, this new chapter that they're trying to go into. And I think that they should, kind of present it as such, because you don't want people thinking, because we know, a lot of you that are watching this video, most of us, we know that, like, hey, Jenna Ortega is not going to be in this film, and Melissa Barrera is not going to be in this film. And, but there's a lot of the casual audience that doesn't know that isn't aware of that is going to need that information. And, like, hey, no, this is a new beginning to at least 2 films, because we do have Scream 8 as confirmation. So, this is the beginning of at least 2 films, more likely than not a trilogy, that is going to take place, in which we're going to be centered and focused once again on Sidney Prescott. And we need to make sure that, that it's presented as such, and that we create this buzz and get excited and all the things that come with Scream. And I'm bummed to an extent. Like I said, I didn't want us to have our hopes up, but I am, I would be lying if I didn't say and admit that I'm not a little bummed that we didn't actually get the trailer and everything that we were hoping for, that we were leading into. But, time will tell. We'll see kind of how they go about this, and how they, if we get it this month or in a month, or however they end up doing it. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? Are you disappointed? Did you expect this to end up going this route? Were you somebody that was hopeful and thought that maybe we would get it tonight? Did you see Drew? I didn't see her at all. I didn't see her one bit during that entire thing. I thought she'd at least be there and then just be a regular presenter, and that would be that. But I mean, she wasn't even there. And like I said, that was confirmed, that she was supposed to be a presenter, and presenting an award to one of them. And yeah, I didn't even see her at all. So, how do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you disappointed? Do you think the trailer comes out in the next month or so? How do you feel either way? Let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.